Thank you for bringing that holistic view on how all that energetic points are connected. And what you said, there can be different stories, different people, but just like in my situation, just quickly sharing a little to the community. I grew up in Poland. When I was 2, my dad took his life, and somewhere I blame myself for not being good enough reason for my dad to live. And then in romantic relationships, I was craving that attention, but I also tried to prove my worth, that so I would be pleasing and foaming and being nice and kind and overcompensate and have, food disorders in the same time, because they're all based on that power dynamic and punishment and reward, all that. So, and it kept, just recently, I left another business relationships because I didn't know that it can repeat not only in a romantic relationship, but that cycle can also repeat in a business relationship. And that's why I'm passionate. And we had this conversation with Anais because I felt like, hey, teach me, help me to break it, because I don't want this to continue happening, not just toward me, but let's do live session to educate and give that awareness for others. So they don't need to go through those, maybe business relationships this time instead of that romantic relationship. So, yeah. And I would like to ask you if, would you like to speak about how to actually break that energetic connection to that, that feeling of being attracted to that energy somewhere, or not listening to our intuition?
This is a very complex dynamic, because this it's taken me decades to move through this and to be able to do a forensic analysis of every part of it and write it down and be really familiar with it so I can actually help other people. But to speak to what are the key factors that you can go for, just to give you a kind of a fundamental, I could just start doing this over the next couple of days. The key thing is to first stop asking why about the other person. Because if you start asking, like, why are they doing this to me? Why does this keep happening? You are still leaking energy. And instead of bringing it back into your own center and sitting quietly and asking different questions. I have 3 questions I like people to ask the minute they become aware of the pattern, and that is key. It's first noticing. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. What's really going on? And that can be the moment where you begin to bring your energy back to your own center, and you start asking great questions about you, and you start becoming familiar with your own energy field. So that's one thing you can do. You can start focusing on yourself. Stop asking why questions about the other person. Get yourself a nice journal and get ready to start writing down the new thoughts and ideas that come to you as you do this. Now, the other thing that I think we can look at doing is, in addition to bringing your own energy back to you, that's really hard when you've been through this a lot, because you're used to agreeing to self-abandon. This is an agreement, a silent, unspoken agreement that you go into with that other, quote, person. And it's because you feel that your own sense of self-worth needs to be reflected back by another person who's demonstrating that they need you. They need your energy. They need you. And this is a really interesting place to feel a sense of I have value. This person needs me. Now, the unspoken unconscious dynamic is my love will change you. My love will heal you. My love will keep you from killing yourself. Yeah? This is the unspoken agreement. It's not articulated. And that makes it dangerous to you. Because you're going to keep going for people who have those dynamics going on where they don't have enough self-love and power in their own center. Sometimes it's ancestral. Lots of times it's ancestral damage. But this is what breaks the pattern, is coming back to your center and going deep within you. And realizing that the love that you so desperately want to be known for and acknowledged for and cherished for and valued for is a love that you're going to give to yourself. Because the more you're able to share that with yourself and stop the cycle of self-abandonment, stop the cycle of self-rejection, that has to start with you. It has to start within your own energy field in each one of your chakras. That's how we begin to break it.